Right, let's do this. It is Wednesday, Fed Day, March 18th, 2026. Not a pretty day, right? Market opens moderately lower. Couple of bounce attempts, but we ended on a pretty sour note. S&P settling down 91 points, 1.4%. We are only, and this is notable, we are only 9 points above the 200-day. We're basically we're effectively testing it now. Also, purple gaps. I mean, clearly, we could gap anywhere. I mean, if there's any adverse overnight news, we could just gap right down under the 200-day purple gap and maybe 65.50. Also, the other thing to note, Tuesday's black candle, which had a spike from the 10 MA, that played out. Black candles usually do, right? Momentum is on the low end, so that's the one concern. The one short-term concern for the bears is the fact that momentum's super low. We haven't been this low in like months. So I don't know. It's like how low can we go? We can go lower than this, but we are on the low side and we're prone to bouncing again. I would only be looking for a bounce, maybe. I mean, teal gap. You got the 50-day, which is now coming down 68.72 again. That's gonna be down around 68.40 by the end of the month. But yeah, not pretty, is it? It's a pretty damn clear rounded top, and under the 200-day, there wasn't much until 61.70. Let's go to the VIX, which of course was up because equities were down. I could go through the other indexes, but who's got the time for that? Low there, closed up 12% in the 25s. That is, I forgot to note this. That's a bullish engulfing candle, of course, which suggests that Thursday might open at least a little bit higher. So it's not good. This is it's not a great candle for the equity bulls ahead of a Thursday. And Thursday is typically lean bearish. I will say that despite today's gain, daily momentum remains negative. Okay, what else we want to highlight? Maybe I'll cover it later. Let's go through some individual stocks. Yeah, let's just fly through some things. So Apple was down 1.7, holding the 200-day, but it's got to take it out, right? Agnico Eagle, yeah, rough day for gold, silver, and the miners. I'll look at gold, silver later. Down 6.4%, ugly. American Eagle down 1.5%. Again, black candle. Yesterday played out. First Majestic, look, $20. This was 32. It is down roughly 37% or so in a couple of weeks. 37%. Where's the next support? 15. That's another 25% down. What? I mean, is it going to go down to here? I mean, I don't know. I think we could certainly we are going to clearly see 15, 14. That's a given. Could bounce first, but yeah, 15 looks a given. That's 55% down. AMD actually held up pretty well today, up 1.5%. Again, it's a key stock that's holding the 200-day just. Amazon down 2.5%. American Express down almost 2%. Yesterday's black candle played out. It's still holding the low from last Monday, but damn, we're getting close. I mean, my hope was that this is going to get up to 320, but how's it going to do that? This is looking like out of range now. So we got to 308, but I mean, this is not good. And under 292, there's nothing until the April 218s. Barrick Mining down 5.5%, $40. It's come down from 54. Next support is around. Look at this, 34, 35. Another $5 to go minimum. Boeing down 2. Bank of America down 1%. Yesterday's black candle played out. BlackRock down 0.3, holding up relatively well. Today's candle is a reversal and it does offer green gap on, I mean, it could happen Thursday, maybe Friday or next Monday, Tuesday. Black Stone actually managed gains of 1.4%. Also, it filled a green gap. Today's candle is spiky from key price threshold. Momentum is increasingly positive. There's nothing bearish there. Caterpillar down 1% with the main market. Kamiko weak. Carnival week. Black candle played out. Cleveland Cliffs just horrible, down 2%. Coinbase down 3.7. Decker's that's a reversal candle, so it was up, but it does lean net bullish for Thursday. Disney down 0.9% as Iger has gone as of today. He's officially left the building. Energy Transfer down, mostly just main market pressure. Endeavor Silver 7%. Ford 1. Again, sustainably under the 200-day. Support 1025. And I'm starting to think the April 8th. Yep. Freeport 4.5%. Google down 1%. I mean, look, you think sooner or later though, orange gap, right? Home Depot, just not pretty, down 3%. Next support is 327. Tekla down 5. Intel up 2. I mean, there's a few techs today that did okay, but again, even this one looks vulnerable to red gap in April. Joby down almost 4%. Main market pressure. JP Morgan, again, another financial that actually did manage gains. I gotta think I would like to short JP Morgan from around 300. So $13 up. Not tomorrow. Friday, unlikely because it's quad OPEX. Maybe Monday, Tuesday. 300. I could short this at 300 and I wouldn't worry about it. Because my target end would be 250, which is $50 down. I would like to be pretty heavy short JP Morgan along with KKR. But give me more. Give me another bounce. Give me another $13. $13. And I'll short it. But not yet. I watch and wait. Oh, and there's KKR, of course, the next one. That was up 1.9%. It's like, okay, green gap should fill. Probably not tomorrow, maybe Friday, or more realistically Monday, Tuesday. Bollinger's coming down. So I would like to short this around, I mean, anywhere around 95 or so would be fine with me. Again, my target is $61, which is also the stock charts P&F target. So I'm looking for 33% downside in April or May. And this is nice little bounce. I think it is shortable. Not yet. I think I want to wait another couple of days. But yeah, it's nice to see this one up. Kinder Morgan down with the main market. Cree down. Meta down with the main market. MP Materials down 3%. 57. I think the concern should be this is going to go to $30. Ooh, skipping too fast. Microsoft down 2%. 391. I'm going to jump to the monthly chart because I did speak about this during a space earlier today. Where is it? There it is. Look, Microsoft, note the 50 monthly average, 365. We didn't break above it. Question, we didn't break below the 50 MA in April with the Trump tariff low. We held it. We didn't break it in November of 22. We held it. Actually, we held it also in January. Little spike. We held it way above it in March 2020 when the world was shut down. If we see Microsoft go under 365, not only we're going to take out 342, my target would be around 207. Let's just round it off and call it 200 or so. Now that's crazy talk, right? Because that's almost 50% down. And it's already down 30% from here. But it is what it is. If we take out the 50 MA, my target for Microsoft will be around $200. Crazy, huh? Moving on. Micron. Micron broke a new historic high of 471. Stock settled up 4 cents to 461.73, which was actually a black candle. We actually had a black candle at the end of the day in Micron. I did watch earnings came in, quote, in my view, beyond excellent. Guidance was beyond excellent. The stock was initially up $10 to roughly 471 or so. But it did, the last time I checked 20 minutes ago in after hours, Micron was down $10, 451. So you could argue it's just basically exhausted itself. But again, earnings were absolutely beyond excellent and guidance was similarly amazing. Um, Sometimes that's just how it is. Again, I'm being super cautious. I'm glad I didn't get involved because hell, maybe it'd be down 10, $20 tomorrow. I don't know. But it's not like numbers were bad. Earnings were amazing. Moving on. Netflix, Shop, Nike down 3% in the 53s. Yesterday's black candle played out. Isn't that interesting? Next support 51s. My next target is 42. NVDA down 0.8, main market pressure. Again, this stock is really struggling to hold the 200 day. I do think it's going to go down to 150 sooner or later. Ondas down 4%. That's fine. It's again the problem is main market pressure. Occidental up 1%. Is that a black candle? No. Pan American Silver down 7% because of silver. Palantir down 1.5. It was a bull flag, but it keeps failing. Again, this is because of the main market. I guess if the main market can rally for a few days, we could still get up to maybe the 200 day at 164 and then fail again. That would be possible. PayPal down 3% because of the main market. Looks like yesterday's candle was black, right? Black and spiky. Was it black? Let's not guess. What was it? No, it wasn't black, but it was spiky. Don't care about that. Red Cat up 0.2%. Red Cat had earnings in after hours, which were okay. The outlook is positive. It might be down. Again, my concern would be the main market. I mean, yeah. So I lean net bullish for April. Transocean down 5%. Rocket Lab, yeah, down 11.5%. Rocket Lab had a $1 billion stock offering. So, they sold it off because new stock is going to be on the market. Again, I will see the 1 billion capital raise as a long-term positive. My hope, and I did speak about this earlier today, I'm hoping that if the S&P comes down to 5,500, that maybe it'll come back down to $40. I don't think the 50-day, I don't think the 200-day can hold. There's no way that wouldn't make sense. So I think we could see this $40 ish. I think maybe even lower than that. But whatever it is, whatever this is in April, I want to buy it. I want to buy the stock. I want to buy call options. I think it's going to be dragged back up by the SpaceX IPO. Whether that's in June or delayed until July, August, September, I don't know. But I like this one a lot. The company is good. The rockets are good. $1 billion will help fund this company for some years to come. SMR down 3% with the main market. Target down. Tesla down 1.6. Not great. It's looks like a bearish engulfing candle, and it's settled under the 200 day. I still think this is going to go down the red gap. And you could even actually, yeah, when I think about it, again, S&P 5,500 would probably equate to 250, 260-ish. Yeah, don't care about that. Oh yeah, United Airlines down 0.7%. Today's candle is actually, I didn't notice this until just a second. Today's candle is actually a hollow red reversal candle. Yesterday's candle was black, I think. Yeah. So yesterday's black candle played out. Today's candle is a hollow red reversal, which leans bullish. 92.51. I think we can go to 98 with green gap and the 200 day. Of course, the 50 day is coming down. So A little bit high. Give me another $6, and I'll be okay to short it. My basic downside target is $70 around here. I guess you could say the June low, 71.70. And the most bearish target would be the April 52s. And you could certainly argue if the S&P is 5,500, that maybe United will be around $52. Whether that's in April or May, I don't know. But I think I think $70 is an easy target, considering the war and the economy, inflation, and the consumer. But yeah, it's kind of net bouncing into the since a few days ago. I don't care about that. Don't care about United Health. UPS down 1% because of the main market. Yesterday's black candle played out. What a surprise! Again, you got to ask yourself a question: if S&P is 5,500, then let's just call it $80. Yeah, $80. It's gonna. I think it's gonna retrace all the way back to $80 again. Maybe even lower. I love the company. Very good company. I've used them. Good service. Very good service. But yeah, bearish. Exxon. Uh, tried to break a new strike high, but didn't. Today's candle is actually bearish engulfing, down 0.8%. All right, what else we want to cover? Oil, gold, and silver, right? Let's start with oil, shall we? Um, for the day, oil was up $3.54, 3.7%, 99.75. Look at actually today's candle. Look at where it was spiky. It was spiky off a 10 MA again, just like it was last week. Look at that. Look at those spikes. In fact, today's candle is bullish engulfing. On a weekly chart, oil is up $1.04, black candle. USO, let's have a look at USO on a 60-minute. You could argue that today's structure was a bull flag. We did briefly go red. 117s and settled 121s. I'm kind of hoping it cools back for some reason, and I can buy it back around 110 maybe. Um, that would that would be an acceptable level to buy it. I could do that. Momentum is fractionally negative. It's kind of a lot of churn really. Um, but yeah, if I can buy this somewhere around here, that would be a buy. I could buy ahead of the week. I could buy on either tomorrow or Friday. I could do that. I wouldn't be. I don't want to short the financials or the airlines this side of quad OPEX. But if oil cools back for whatever reason, but again, it could easily break a new high tomorrow. But if it does cool back, then I should be a buyer. Let's go to gold, which, oh God, this is where it gets awful. Oh no. Oh no. All right, look, October, November, a very clear, clean, bullish pennant, right? Played out. Big black candle. Little mini crash wave. Bounce. Bounce. Well, drop off. Actually, well, spike, bounce, chop, black candle, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down, day 6. Look, this is decisive. Bullish pennant, broken. It's done. Next support, 405. That's just short term as well. Also, note today's volume. Wow. Today's volume was the highest in a couple of weeks. So they were really washing out the short term bulls today. Again, let's go to commodity gold. Jeez, look at that. It's horrible. Officially down $187, 3.7%. We have, look, oh, I've just didn't even notice this until now. We have our first close under the 50-day since August. That's horrible. That's horrible. Nothing good there. Horrible candle. I think we're going to come down to at least around $4,000. Gold weekly, third week down. Momentum has turned negative. We have a weekly sell signal in gold. It's done. It's over. It's over for the gold bugs in the short term. For like, it doesn't mean, again, it doesn't mean we can't bounce for a few days, but um, net bearish, $4,000 basic target. That's $800 down. That's about 17% or so. Bearish gold. And next we will look at silver. Oh, oh God. I need some pain relief for this. This is horrible. Black candle. 3 days down. Vein bounce. Actually, was that even up? I don't even care. But basically net lower. Today was down $2.95, 4%. Horrible. Not pretty. Again, what are we looking at here? $50. I mean, 49, $50. That's another $18 down. That looks probable. Yeah, I think silver's going to be down around here somewhere in April. Momentum, bit of a mess there. Momentum's touch of acceleration lower today. I mean, it's going to stay. It's going to clearly momentum's going to stay negative until next Monday, Tuesday at minimum. That's not good. This is bad. You know, relative to this crash, I mean, this was a crash rate. This was a 30% drop. And again, that was probably what was that? 16? Actually, maybe that was a 12%, and that was a 16% drop. But the volatility is less than it was, but this is just garbage. Again, if you believe equities will be net lower, if you believe S&P might get to 5,500, you have to believe silver will get dragged down as well. And it does look like silver SLV is going to come down to $50 or so. It's a long way down. So let's look at the we'll do this hourly cycle first. Uh, on an hourly cycle, look, we are on the low side. There's no question about it. We've been low for a few days now. Low there, and we had a rally. Again, the last time we rallied from that low, we now went up for what? 4 days, basically 5.5 days. I'm like, can we rally really to next Wednesday? Can we get to there again? I mean, it's possible. We could get silver to 73, 74, 75, but it's going to be extremely unlikely to get above 76 again. And yeah, look, what did we do today? We had an opening reversal candle that failed, lower low into the close, and of course we tagged red gap from mid-February. Not great. So in theory, we should get a bounce, but how much? A day or two, 3 days, 4 days? I mean, at best, right? This little black line might get up to around here, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, in which case 74, 75, maybe. But it's not great. It's not great at all. And it's going to require S&P to go. If the S&P gaps down 100 points for whatever reason, whether it's tomorrow, Friday, or next week, this is going to take out the 65s. It'll just gap straight down. So the only other thing, of course, is the weekly charts, which matter. In fact, maybe I should even cover these sequentially. Okay, so yeah, weekly chart on SLV turned negative last week. So this is just bearish. We could go down on this. This little black line here could tick down for a couple of months. I think we're going to see silver come down to $50 or SLV. That's $18 down. That looks pretty easy. Not easy, but it looks like it's going to happen. So we have a weekly sell signal on silver as of last week. Just keep in mind the fact that GLD saw a weekly sell signal today, and the gold miners, GDX, saw a weekly sell signal last week. Same as silver. Again, this is horrible, right? 117, we're already down to 88. Again, if the S&P is 5,500, what's this going to be? 67. Maybe we should be looking at something around 50, 54, maybe. But this is horrible. Also, look at this candle. It's bearish engulfing. The top was a bearish engulfing candle, same as that one there actually. Although that, I mean, we did break a high, but in this case, unlike then, we did get a bearish cross. So we have sell signals in gold, silver, miners. Even the crazy bold will not be long for some number of weeks. All right, is there anything else? How do I want to end today? Random chart. Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at yesterday. We spiked and stalled from key price threshold. So Bitcoin 71K. I think we're going to see Bitcoin down to 50K. Yeah, down to here. That looks pretty realistic. Anything else? I think we'll end with that. Yep. Monthly momentum is due to turn negative no later than April the 1st. And in theory, when it turns negative, we could probably be negative again in May as well. So look at the 10 of May, just like March of last year. And then of course April had a washout. You think what's April candle going to be? Again, it's not even that demanding, right? If we get down to say 6,500 or whatever by the end of the month, that's not bold. You think 5,500? It's definitely possible. And that wouldn't even do any technical damage under trend or the 50 MA, which again, referencing Microsoft earlier, note the 50 MA in the S&P, which is currently 51.51. So as long as that holds, held there, held there, held there. Look at how it held. Yeah, even held here. We broke it briefly, but we never settled under it. Same there as well. Look at this. Look at this 50 MA. This is a very powerful technical. But yeah, I think we're going down to 5,500. Whether that's April or May, I don't particularly care. And on that nonchalant note, I wish you a good evening and go watch a movie. It's better than watching CNN or Fox for a couple of hours. Good night.